Good morning, Yankees universe. KOD Nation, stand up. Hey, you D-Gents, wake up and get your coffee. Welcome to this Thursday, September 1st edition of the Yankees Morning Brew. The calendar has changed. We closed the door on August, and we welcome in September. And the Yankees definitely needed after last night's tough loss. Garrett Cole always has that one inning that blows up and just ruins the game for him. And we saw it yesterday. And the error for IKF, Josh Donaldson's play, that was a great play. Couldn't expect more from Donaldson, but he just couldn't get the out. And then IKF with the error, it gave Garrett Cole a little bit of wiggle room to work with when facing Shohei Ohtani. 2 runners on. There's just so many ways that Garrett Cole could have attacked, but he left the fastball basically down the middle of the plate, and Shohei Ohtani, he deposited it into center field. That's what a big leaguer is supposed to do. That's what a superstar is supposed to do. And the Yankees are 3-4 in this West Coast road trip. And we go down to Tampa with a 6-game lead in the division. I don't know, man. I know I said I would never play this. I know I said that, we were not pushing the button anymore. But it seems like we're going to have to push that panic button.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
I hate doing it. But last night was so tough. Let's hit it again. One more time for the panic button. One more time.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Bad loss. Hit that button. It's time to blow up. It's time to blow up. Let's look at the chat. Hopefully the chat. This is why I enjoy the chat so much. This is why I enjoy the chatters, because you guys talk me off the ledge so much. My man Mikey Mazza, good morning, guys. Make sure you follow Mikey Mazza, because Mikey Mazza is going to have a great episode later on today on the 4 Train Express. And I'm going to let everybody know. Later on, he's going to be having on former Yankee postseason hero, Jim the Bat Larritz will be on the 4 Train Express later on. And Mikey Mazza reached out to me to co-host that episode with him. And I'm honored that he even reached out and asked me. So you're catching me on the 4 Train Express with my brother Mikey Mazza, as he will be interviewing Jimmy Larritz. And I am super excited for that episode later on today. And like I said, Mikey Mazza, thank you so much for inviting me and asking me to be a part of that with you. But James Cook says the Yanks are not hitting right now. 3 total hits last night. And James, when you have 3 hits and your guys, your table setters like Benintendi and like DJ, they aren't doing what they're supposed to do, that's the result you're going to get. That's the result you're going to get. We cannot count and rely on Aaron Judge to hit a home run every game in order for us to win a game. We can't. You can't. Hey, there's just so much that just Aaron Judge could do just by himself. We need DJ to turn it around this month in September. We need to figure out a way that in the lineup. We need to separate Josh Donaldson and Gleyber Torres. Hell, if you got to move up Oswaldo, move up Oswaldo. But one thing that's very alarming right now, September 1st, and as Yankee fans, we have to talk about this. It's very alarming. As much as I want to see Peraza come up, right? As much as I want to see Oswald Peraza come up and be a part of this team and contribute, if Yankee fans are banking on a 23-year-old to come up and save their season September 1st, we're having a problem. If we're at September 1st and Yankee fans are banking on the idea that a 23-year-old in Peraza is going to come up and save this season, we're lost. If that's the expectations, if that's the thought process, us Yankee fans got to come to the realization that this team is not contending for a World Series. Hell, I'd be surprised if this team even wins the division. I can't stand Michael goddamn Caputo. Michael Caputo is a mush. He puts a curse on this goddamn team. Michael Caputo, if you're out there, I hope you choke on a chicken parmesan sandwich, bro. Swear to God. I hope the cheese and the sauce from the high roll that you're gonna bite in drips down and stains the white shirt that you're wearing. Right? I hope that when Michael Caputo goes to the bathroom late at night, there's only one sheet of toilet paper left on that roll, and he has no more toilet paper in the house. That's what I hope for. Yes, I mean the Stromboli. Yes, because he's a Stromboli guy. My guy, Michael Caputo, loves the Stromboli, but I wish and I hope that whenever he's eating that Stromboli and he's wearing a nice t-shirt because he likes to go out, I hope that cheese and that sauce stains the beautiful shirt that you're wearing, right? I hope when you wake up to go use the bathroom, you stub your big toe because of the mush that you put on this team, Caputo. I love you, bro. You know I love you, bro. I just had to rant for a second. Right now, this team is garbage. It's garbage. Maria said it best. I totally agree. Hicks is garbage. I didn't even bring up Hicks, but he's garbage. He had one good play yesterday. My man, he jumped up when he didn't have to jump up, right? He jumped up when he didn't have to jump up for a ball, but he made it look pretty. He made it look nice. He made it look, if I can say, Aaron Hicks. But yesterday's game was super disappointing. Garrett Cole did pitch 7 innings. If it wasn't for that 6th inning, Garrett Cole would have had a complete game. He had 61 pitches. 61 pitches in that 6th inning. And we've talked about it multiple times. It's always one inning that blows up for Garrett Cole. And it's not Garrett Cole's fault. It's a defensive lapse. It is an infield single. It is a bloop hit. It is the umpire squeezing Garrett Cole, forcing him to throw more pitches. In that 6th inning, I think he threw about, if I'm not mistaken, 25 or 30 pitches in that 6th inning. Something needs to happen. It is September 1st. It is the start of a new month. Call-ups should be happening. We should be calling somebody up. And I know I said Yankee fans shouldn't be relying and dependent on a 23-year-old to come up and save their season. But right now, who's it going to be? Josh Donaldson, Gleyber Torres, who both struck out last night in the 9th inning with runners on 1st and 2nd. Couldn't even get a runner over. You couldn't even move a runner over Donaldson. Donaldson couldn't even move the runner over. Gleyber Torres couldn't drive in a run. And you're not going to win games if this is the recipe. If you're not going to hit with runners in scoring position, you could just kiss this division goodbye. And we've talked about it and had this conversation. When you look back to the Yankees postseason struggles, especially since 2017, 2018, it hasn't been their starting pitching to a degree. Yes, Aroldis Chapman is giving up the long ball to Altuve because Altuve loves to cheat. But it hasn't been the Yankees starting pitching or the bullpen. The problem has been timely hitting. Timely hitting. Hittings with runners in scoring position, moving a guy from first to third. That's been our issues in the playoffs. Hitting. And what does Brian Cashman do to address it? He brings in Josh Donaldson, a washed up 30-something year old who's making $20 to $25 million a year. And I said it yesterday. If the Yankees prioritized moving Gary Sanchez and his contract, or moving Gary Sanchez and Aaron Hicks's contract, if we would have prioritized that this offseason, the money wasted on Aaron Hicks and Josh Donaldson and Anthony Rizzo all could have went towards Freddie Freeman. As much as I love Rizzo, Freddie Freeman would have been a better first base option here, offensively, of course, and defensively. You saw Anthony Rizzo didn't play last night after having 2 games with back-to-back home runs because his back is barking him. DJ LeMahieu is not the same hitter since his hips started acting up. He's not the same hitter. But I know I sound like I'm panicking, but I promise this episode is going to get better. Trust me. Because I got the guy Halal coming on. And you know when Halal comes on, it's always a great time. But before I bring him on, let's hit that panic button one more time.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Halal, brother, please talk to me. Make some type of good this morning.
Oh, we got something exciting coming up because I figured that Yankee fans are going to need something to get excited about. This is actually a lot of fun, but leave it for later. Or you should bring it up now.
Let's leave it for later. I said let's leave it for about 11:30. Let's just talk about the game from last night, go over the notes, the stats, and then let's just deep dive into that. But Halal hit me up last night, and he had a great idea for this show, and we're gonna let you guys know what it's gonna be before we bring it up. Halal, let the people know what we're gonna be talking about later on.
So we're going to be doing a Yankees postseason fantasy draft, which means we're going to draft pitchers, hitters, everyone. And there's an interesting way of scoring everything. So we're going to do that later on in the show at about 11:30. But let's talk about the Yankees-Angels series because that was disgusting.
Talk about it, bro. Talk about it. Lead the way. You heard me cry for about good 11 to 12 minutes. So go ahead, lead the way, bro.
Well, last night, Garrett Cole looked very good. IKF booted a play that obviously had to make, and it would have given the option for the Yankees to intentionally walk Ohtani, which would have taken the event of Ohtani hitting the go-ahead 3-run homer out of the picture. But I'm not putting that on Cole. This is a big building block for Garrett Cole. If you're looking at the positive, Garrett Cole looked really sharp. Clay Holmes, his sinker, after that first pitch, I was scared, not going to lie. But he rebounded. He figured out a way. He was executing that sinker, moving in on right-handed batters, and he was just absolutely dominant last night. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else he's got in store for us and just having him back to be the Clay Holmes that he's known to be and the Clay Holmes that everyone wants him to be for the postseason because the closer role is a huge role for October. But Garrett Cole also looked really good last night. And yeah, it was promising to see everything except our offense was just sleeping last night.
Yeah, our offense just was horrible. James brought it up earlier in the show. Three hits. That's all our offense mustered up. We left runners in scoring position. We were able in the ninth inning to get a couple of runners on. We just couldn't move them over, and timely hitting. Michael Caputo, you just missed it, bro. I literally just went on a little rant. You know, I had your name in it. You hopefully I honored you. But yeah, I literally went on a little bit of a rant. I prayed to the gods that you spill your Stromboli on your clean shirt as well. But yeah. It's just horrible. If we're going to look at the bright spots, right? Garrett Cole looking sharp was a very good bright spot for us. And it's always just that one inning that just blows it up for Garrett Cole. It always seems to be, and that one inning happens and it's never his fault, right? He doesn't allow, like, he's not the one who's making these mistakes. It'd be different if, a ball was hit right back to Garrett Cole and then he takes it and throws it in the out. It'd be different if that was the scenario, Halal, but it's literally Josh Donaldson made a terrific play, fantastic play. Can't take anything away from him, right? That's a 50-50 if he should be out or he should be safe. The IKF play is what makes it worse. Literally, a routine ground ball to the shortstop easily could have been for him, possibly a double play, but he boots the ball. Hello, when it comes to this team and the little errors like that, these are mental laps, right? Right now, these are literally mental laps that are happening with this team. How can we fix it going forward? Like, what can be done in the month of September going forward? That do you think?
Look, so I've been positive this week, but first I want to go back to the IKF play. As a pitcher, I know how it feels when your defense doesn't help you out behind you. They might say that it's okay, but honestly, like deep down inside, it gets to you. So what I do is I try to like put it aside, say, let's go next pitch. Nobody's on. Let's reset everything. But that's in Little League because it's easier. I throw a fastball and a couple other pitches. It's not like the majors where you have to think about pitching to Otani. But it definitely gets into Garrett Cole's head when he's like, "Wait, how am I supposed to rebound if my defense can't help me out?"
Yeah. Yeah, and the moves that were made this offseason was to shore up that side of the diamond, right? Was to shore up the shortstop area and the third base area. It just seems like, and it is hard to put this as a measurement because you bring up great points with Garrett Cole being able to reset himself and catching himself. It's just, if you're a competitor like Garrett Cole, because Garrett Cole's a competitor, he has to understand you got to pitch around them. Even if you got runners on first and second, pitch around him. I know it deflates his ego because he wants to go after every hitter and not allow a hitter to get on. But he has to pitch around Otani. I'm sorry. If people are pitching around Aaron Judge with the bases loaded, you got to do the same thing. If you walk him so well, beat it. You can attack Rafino with the bases loaded. Why not? But it's just ultimately it's just a gut punch. You go 3-4 against the A's and the Angels, teams that we should literally have swept out. It's just a gut punch at this time.
Yeah. So we're in September now, and it's going to be something that every Yankee fan, we're going to head to Tampa, and this is a playoff series. It's one of the biggest series the Yankees are going to have all year because this is going to set the tone on whether the Yankees can put the Rays in the rearview mirror and just keep pumping forward. I honestly think the main key is going to be our starting pitching depth and then our setup and closer role. If they can execute, obviously we got to have our offense. The two main guys on offense, I'm going to go our leadoff guy and our number 6 batter, Gleyber Torres and DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu in the top of the order. He's got to start the game off. He's got to set the tone for what the game's going to be like. I need DJ LeMahieu to be getting on base consistently in the leadoff spot. Gleyber Torres in the bottom of the lineup. Pitchers right now view the bottom of our lineup as free outs. That can't be how it's going to be come October. So Gleyber Torres is going to play a tremendous part on whether the bottom of our order has good hitters, knows how to hit the ball hard, and makes pitchers think a little.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to put a good point. My man Mikey Mazza, he says when mental errors like that happen, it's cold then trying to be perfect, and that's when he unravels. Yeah. When you have a team that's struggling right now, right? Everything gets put under a microscope, right? If you're a pitcher, it gets put under a bigger microscope. You have these errors that are happening and you having people allowed to get on. That just makes your level or your era of failure just a bit more smaller, just a bit more tinier. It puts you in a meat grinder, and it's just pressure that's just going to burst the pipe. And that's just what's going to happen. If you keep allowing major league teams to get extra outs, right, to get 4 or 5 outs an inning, you're not going to win that many games, and you're not going to keep a team, no matter what team they are, no matter how bad they are offensively, you're not going to keep a team down that much, right? Halal, from playing Little League, if you give your opponent extra outs, no matter how bad they are, it's not going to equal to a good thing, right or wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Like, especially in Little League, there's plays booted behind you, and sometimes you just feel like you got to do it yourself. You got to find out that strikeout pitch, and if your defense isn't making plays behind you, you got to figure out a way to do it without them. Obviously, that's not the most ideal way of thinking, but you got to figure out a way if that's how it's going to work. There's tough plays that people have to make behind you, especially in the major leagues. They're obligated to make that play, and they have to make that play. They're getting $30 million to make a play, to hit a baseball. They got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I see. So let's look. Caputo, please, just I understand, but just let's keep that. Let's keep the negativity to a low degree, right? Let's just have this conversation. It wasn't 16, it was 15. Stop exaggerating by putting different numbers up. But yeah, Nathan, what is up, my guy? The NNR Sports Hour is in the building. If you guys didn't see yesterday, he came on for a little bit. We are going to set something up with Nathan next week, if not next week, the week after, to have him on the show to give him a little bit more time, because I want him, especially in September with the prospects that are coming up. You saw the Baltimore Orioles. Did you see yesterday Gunnar Henderson?
Yeah, oh my God.
With the Orioles? Oh my God, that kid. First at bat, home run out the park, and it was a beautiful shot. It was a beautiful shot. The Orioles got a bright future ahead of them. I wish the Yankees could say the same thing, but we're struggling right now. So let's look at this lineup. Halal, let's break this down. I'll read off the hitters, and you can read off the pitching, and vice versa for the Angels. All right?
Look, I gotta say first, I just want to put this in fans' perspective. If we take 2 out of 3 versus the Rays, it's gonna be a very different vibe around the Yankee world. But on the other hand, if we lose 2 out of 3, it's going to stay these vibes. So this Rays series is going to control how all the Yankee fans think coming into September. So the Yankees take 2 out of 3. If they sweep them, every Yankee fan is feeling golden. That just shows that we're able to defeat our AL East opponents. So I have to say, just putting it into perspective, we win this. You tell any Yankee fan that we're going to have a 6-game lead on September 1st coming into this season, not knowing the historic run we were going to go on. Every Yankee fan would have signed up for that. I guarantee you.
Yeah, definitely. And this is something like, we're going to start sounding like a broken record, because a big part of that early season success, Halal, and this is something that you and we've talked about, and this 1 week that you've been co-hosting with me. But one thing that was a big difference with the team at the beginning of the year and now is health. It's literally health. This team isn't healthy. This team is not healthy. You've seen the bullpen gets whittled away. Now, when you remove one person from the starting rotation, one person for the bullpen, okay, I can understand that. But when you look at this 60-day IL, Luis Severino, right, was a key contributor to that starting rotation. Michael King, the best WAR, the highest WAR in all of baseball when you talk about relievers. Chad Green, I know a lot of Yankee fans weren't, fully in love with Chad Green, but at the same time, Chad Green gave a bit of resting room for the other relievers in that bullpen. If you couldn't use a Michael King, you was using Chad Green, right? If you couldn't use a Jonathan Loáisiga last year, you was using Chad Green and allowing Chad Green as the reliever that you use to give other people the rest in the bullpen when they need. When you have Miguel Castro, who was phenomenal with us in the first 2 months of the season, then him learning to find out he was pitching with shoulder soreness. That's why he was struggling. He was pitching with shoulder soreness. Luis Hill, who made a spot start for us, he came up last year, was a big contributor last year. They're all on the 60-day IL. Steven Ridings didn't pitch for us this year, but last year in the bullpen, he was a big contributor, and we don't have him. Then you look to the 15-day IL. Nestor Cortez should be coming back. Boone said Nestor Cortez looked very well. But Scott Efros, he's hurt as well on the 15-day IL. Albert Abreu, I know a lot of fans aren't in love with Albert Abreu, but his numbers speak for themselves. And Aroldis Chapman just being Aroldis Chapman this entire season, not being healthy. Those are the key factors that's hurting this team when you look at it like that. But let's look at this lineup. Let's break it down for the Yankees and Angels. That way we can get into this wonderful topic that I can't wait to get into with you, Halal, when you talk about the postseason draft. So let's look at this Yankees lineup. Like I said, I'll read off the lineup. You do the pitching and vice versa for the Angels scorecard when it comes up. But DJ LeMahieu at first base, 0 for 3. 0 for 3 at first base. That's not a good thing. Left hand and left field, we have Andrew Benintendi. He was 0 for 4. Aaron Judge in right field was 0 for 2. Giancarlo Stanton, the DH, 0 for 2. So when you have the first 5 hitters in your lineup, 3, 4, 7, 9, going 0 for 11, 0 for 11, the first 3 in your lineup. Caputo, please, bro, please. I'm trying to be very nice right here, right? That's why I brought up the injuries. And the first half of the season, when we were doing good, we had no injuries. We were the only team in baseball that no player was on the IL. Please, Caputo, please bear with me. But Josh Donaldson at third base was 1 for 4. Gleyber Torres, the second baseman, was 1 for 4. Jose Trevino, the catcher, was 0 for 3. Aaron Hicks in center field was 1 for 2. IKF, the shortstop, was 0 for 3, and he had that big error. But like I pointed out earlier, Halal, what can we do? What can we expect when our 1 to 4 hitters go 0 for 11?
There's like nothing. There's legit nothing. If for 1 through 4 hitters can't hit come October, you're screwed because you need your guys to hit. Those are your top 4 hitters in the lineup, and they have to be able to do something. We had 3 hits, the whole game, and that's not the way you're going to work when it comes to October. You have to have guys who can get on base. Like you saw from the 98 team, everyone can get on base. It was everyone. Everyone contributed. We have to find a way to do that this year. I don't know if I like the move of Cabrera pinch hitting for Trevino later in the 9th inning. I hear the matchup wise, but it's a rookie. He had a lot of pressure. And just coming out in the 9th inning and you see one swing, you don't understand how hard that is. I don't know if he was in the cages earlier. If he was, then I kind of hear it. But if you're coming out there and you haven't seen a pitch since last night and like you haven't been in the lineup the whole game, you're coming into a big situation and you haven't seen a pitch all day.
Yeah, and Jose Trevino's runners with scoring position. He's hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position. So I definitely would have kept him there and probably would have pinch hit Cabrera for Aaron Hicks if it came up to it. If Trevino got on, bases loaded for Aaron Hicks maybe. But yeah, go ahead. You can read the pitching, brother.
Well, I did a video in like June. And it was about Trevino. He had it was ridiculous. Some of his stats after the eighth inning, he had like a over 500 batting average, some crazy stats. He was like clutch. So I just felt I had to throw that out there.
The funny thing you bring that up. My fault. I'll just make this real quick. You bring that up. The funny thing about it, at the beginning of the season, the same numbers that you was talking about Trevino in the 8th or 9th inning, it was the same thing for Aaron Hicks for a while. Aaron Hicks in the 9th inning for a while was hitting over 400. His on base percentage was over 600. So he was really solid in the 9th inning, but then he lost it. Go ahead, brother.
I was at the Yankees game where he hit that three-run game-tying homer. It was awesome. The vibe in the stadium, the Yankees need that back so badly. I was watching the Mets broadcast last night before the Yankees game, and you just see the vibes are immaculate in Citi Field right now. All the Mets fans are having fun. I need that back at Yankee Stadium. It's just so tough to watch. Like if they keep playing like this, I might not even go to the game on Monday because I don't want to see what's gonna happen.
Caputo, I'm gonna just say this once and I'm gonna say this again. Please stop it, right? Please stop it because you're making me lose a little bit of hair I have on my head, right? When you look at this team and the struggles in August, this team has 10 blown saves from the bullpen. 10 losses and 10 blown saves from the bullpen. You cannot say that our division lead didn't shrink down to 6 games because of that bullpen. Go ahead, Halal, before I lose my mind.
Garrett Cole, he went 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, I believe. 2 earned runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Clay Holmes went an inning, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts, including a strikeout of Shohei Ohtani. Garrett Cole got the loss, not deserved whatsoever. So, yeah, it's tough to see that that's how we lost the game. Positives are Cole pitched well and Holmes looks to be back.
Yeah. You take away that 6th inning, and it's always just that one inning that affects Garrett Cole. And moving forward, Garrett Cole has to be an ace and has to lock in more and has to focus more in those situations. um, it's frustrating because I've loved Garrett Cole since we got Garrett Cole, right? Um, I really do. Since Garrett Cole came to the Yankees, and I've said this multiple times, he's started every start. He hasn't been on the IL, right? The Yankees, when you look past, especially these past 20 years that I've been a fan of the show, that I've been a fan of this team, these past 20 years, we'll get a pitcher and automatically they're going on the IL, right? Automatically, you see an IL stint, we lose them for 3 or 4, maybe half for the season whenever we get a new pitcher. Garrett Cole has been solid when it comes to being healthy and when it comes to making his starts and being a bulldog, right? He has over 200 strikeouts. He's going to have over 200 innings if he's not already there so far this year. It's just in September, we need Garrett Cole to just tune in and just to focus more. I know, it's certain things are out of your control, Garrett Cole, but you just have to tune it in and just focus on certain things, right? Just focus it in. But over to the Angels stats. Go ahead, hello.
Yeah, I'm all for giving Garrett Cole, like, especially if we win the series versus the Rays, excuse me. I say give Cole, like, let him miss a start, let him rest his arm. So I say that you can put that Cole will let Cole miss a start. If we talk about September call-ups, maybe that will come with our draft. But I like Davy Garcia to get a start here and there if Cole needs a break. But yeah, let's go with the lineup for the Angels. David Fletcher led off. He was the shortstop. He was 1 for 4. Mike Trout was in center field. He was 1 for 4. Shohei Ohtani won the game for the Angels. He was 1 for 4. He was the designated hitter. Luis Rengifo 1 for 3. He was at second base and right field. Taylor Ward, he was 2 for 3. Mike Ford was 0 for 2 at first base. Matt Duffy was at third. He was 0 for 3. Joe Adell in left field. He was 0 for 3. He can cover some ground out there. Matt Stassi was the catcher, and he was 0 for 3.
Yeah. And you can see a total difference between the Yankees 1 through 4 hitters and the Angels 1 through 4 hitters. Even though you got 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 3, they still got 4 hits to the Yankees, none, zero from the 1 through 4, and that's the big difference, And we said this. It doesn't matter how good the team is or how bad the team is. If you give a team extra outs, a mistake is going to happen, and it seems like with these Yankees, the mistakes, they just get blown out of proportion. Like, I swear to God, I swear, hello. Yesterday, when IKF booted that ball, right, and Trout was on, and Ohtani came up to plate with 2 guys on, I said it. I said to my girl, I was like, this guy's gonna hit a home run. I was like, I just felt like this guy is gonna hit a home run just because of that's how the bad luck has been when it comes to this team. But over to the pitching side of things, Sandoval for the Angels, he pitched 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
He's not
Quijada,
Jacob DeGrom.
yeah, he's not Jacob DeGrom either. And that's the thing. He's not Jacob DeGrom, but he was looking like it last night. And Quijada, first of all, I love that name, Quijada. But one inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Hergert, the closer, he got the save. He pitched the inning, no hits, no runs, two walks, and 2 strikeouts. Sandoval, the winning pitcher, 5-9. Hergert, the save, his 5th of the year. It's just frustrating, bro. And I know I keep hitting that panic button, but it's just frustrating. So let's just shift gears right now. Hello. Let's do this. This draft. Postseason draft. Lead the way. If you could share whatever you got, that way I could bring it on the screen for the people.
Mm-hmm. Let's do this. You want me to share it with you or share screen?
Shit, you could share video file.
Shit, it's not a video. It's like it's a doc. It's like a
doc?
spreadsheet.
Yeah, so share your screen then with me then.
Okay, let me figure out how to do this. I'm so share screen. We can do this. Then go to
There
this.
you go.
Can you see this stuff?
Yeah, I can see it. I'm gonna bring it up right now. Perfect.
So, okay. So you see all the scoring stuff here. I'm not sure, like, I can't see you guys. So how can I? Do you know a way that I can see everyone? Like, I can see you while I'm doing this.
Oh, No. Just because if you go back to the other screen, yeah, it's gonna just show your face.
All right, okay, fine. So I'll do it like this.
Mhm,
All right. So just let me know if you can't see or anything. So
I
for
got you.
pitchers, the scoring is a very interesting way. You are going to take 2 starters, 4 relievers, 5 hitters or fielders. A pitcher, the scoring works as if he records a strikeout, he gets plus 3 points, gets minus if he walks somebody. If he gives up a homer, he gets -4. A win gets him plus 10 points. A loss gets him -7. A blown save for a reliever gets him -10. A save gets plus 8. And if a starting pitcher has a quality start, just your defense sucks, you get a +3 on that. Hitters, if they strike out, it's -3. Walks are +1. Home runs are +8. Total bases, however many total bases you get. RBIs +4. Stolen bases are +9. Runs are +2. Fielding, if a catcher catches a guy stealing, it's +12. Errors are -3. Hector, you want first pick or next two?
You can get the first pick. I'll follow after you. You get the first pick.
All right. So with my
So the
first
first pick
pick,
in this year's Yankees Morning Brew postseason draft, it goes to Hilal from Backstage Baseball. Go ahead.
all right. So you don't have to go in order of any of these, by the way. Just putting it out there. So I'm gonna have to go. I don't know how you can't go with him. I have to go with Aaron Judge.
Okay. Yeah. So Aaron Judge is your first pick. Oh God. If I have to right now, I'm gonna go with a hitter because our pitchers haven't been that good. I'm going with Benintendi.
Okay. You have another pick.
Okay. Then let's go to the starting pitchers and let's go with Nestor Cortez.
All right. So I have next pick. I'm gonna go with. I can't pass up on him. I can't let you get two very good starters. So I'm gonna go with Cole.
Okay. It's still your go or is my go?
No, it's yours. It's yours.
Okay, so for reliever, I have to go with Clay Holmes. I can't let you get him.
All right. All right. I see. I see. I see. I gotta take Ron Marinaccio.
All right, all right. Back to back relievers going out the gate. Okay. Starting pitchers, I gotta go with Domingo Herman.
Ooh, that's a really good pick. I like that pick a lot. Um, I don't know. Do I go with him? No, your starting pitchers are full, so I can wait to take him. Um, let's go hitters. Huh. This is tough. I'm trying to think. Oh, Stanton has ridiculous postseason numbers.
Mm, yeah. Lucked out with that one because that's what I was about to go to. I'm getting DJ. Let me get DJ as my second infielder slash hitter.
I got it. Thing is, you look up here. The only thing that Stanton can't get you. I guess that's a positive because I didn't give any plus feeling points. Maybe we'll do a defensive run save. I'll add that a little later.
All right.
But yeah, my pick. I want to go with bullpen guy. Let's go with Loaziga.
Okay. Give me Wandy Peralta.
All right. Ooh.
It's like those are our best hitters. Everyone else is just
Yeah, I'm
scrubs.
trying to think who. No, but it's also defensive strategy. I'm debating taking a catcher because if they catch somebody stealing, that's a solid amount of points. I'm looking at our team right now. I want to go with the bullpen guy. Oh, that's a good pick. Yeah, gotta go with him. I don't know if he's. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not there. Lou Trevino.
Okay.
All right, your pick.
James Cook. I don't think any of us are gonna get stuck with Hicks. I would say give me Warside. Give me Greg Warside, the
I was
rookie.
just looking at him. I was like, not sure if he's gonna make the roster, but yeah, if he does, that's a very good pick. Um, I'm gonna take a hitter. I'm really tempted, but how am I? Rizzo.
Oh, good pick. Good pick. Give me a hitter. Give me Cabrera.
Ooh, that's a good pick. He'll steal some bags. How much is stolen bases? Stolen bases are +9. Whew, I'll save it for later. I'll take Glaber.
Okay. Well, if we're going for stolen bases, give me IKF. Let me get IKF as that number 4 hitter, infielder.
But you also, I've just put that out there. Errors are -3, just like.
That's
Okay,
funny.
I'll
That's
give you
funny.
IKF. All right. This is gonna be a really hot take, but I'm going Miguel Castro.
Okay. Okay. Hey, listen, there's not that many boppers left on our team. I would have to say, oh, good morning, Eric Wallace. What is good, my guy? Salute. Hope all is well. I got 2 spots left, reliever and hitter. Let me get Trevino, Jose.
Don't take
That's that
a
last.
hitter now. I can't take any more hitters. Take a reliever.
Oh, we both I'm good on my relievers. I want Trevino now. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. I got you.
Appreciate
Trevino,
that.
I like that because he can also get you some points for caught stealing. I'll take. Well, I'll make it interesting with the reliever. So I'll go with the starter. Who else do we have? Do I go with Montas or do I go with Tyone? I don't know. I'll put my money on Montas. All right, your
Okay.
pick for reliever.
Reliever, I will go with. Give me Loizaga.
I have him already.
Oh, you have him already? Oh,
You can take Schmidt. You can take. Who else is there? Anthony
give me Smith.
Bonda. There's David
That's what I'll take.
Garcia.
Give me Smith. Give me Clark Schmidt.
Clark Schmidt. There's also
Yeah.
Efros if you want. Or
Yeah, he's hurt
Chapman.
right now. I'm good. I'll take Clark Smith. I got faith in Smith.
Okay. Schmidt. And I guess I'll go with Efros. All right. So we can take a look at our teams. I'll read off my team, and then you want to read off yours. I have Cole, Montas for my starters, Marinaccio, Loizaga, Trevino, and Efros for my relievers, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, Torres, and Castro for my hitters and fielders. Hector, you on it?
Okay, over for mine. For my starters, I got Nasty Nestor and Domingo Herman back to back. My relievers are Clay Holmes, Wandy Peralta, Greg Weissert, and Clark Smith. For my hitters, I got Benny from the Bronx, DJ LeMahieu, Oswaldo Cabrera, IKF, and Jose Trevino.
All right.
Yeah, so good. I enjoyed that. Do you want to work on the stats and we'll display them either tomorrow or next week or save that for the postseason?
The stats for
Let's save it for this is what we do. We'll save it for the postseason. Keep that saved, that file that you got saved. That way, towards the end of the year, when we have the final stats, we could calculate, put the stats in. That way, you could take out points, take out whatever. That way, you can have a final score, and I have a final score at the end of the year, right before the postseason. That works out.
Sounds good. I have to put out there if anybody wants to join. I'm trying to start MLB in general postseason fantasy league. So I've found a way to do it. So if anyone wants, he could DM me on Twitter. It's Backstage Base and BA, or you could hit me up on Gmail. You could email me at hillcornwalker@gmail.com. So we'd love to have anyone who wants to join in that, and it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys, I think I have in the description of this video. If not, I'll put it in tomorrow's video. But in the description of this video, it should have the interview that I have with Backstage Baseball on his channel. So if you guys can, please go to the description. Go to the video that says interview with Backstage Baseball. Click on that link. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button for my guy Halal and Backstage Baseball. But Nathan, to answer your question, no guest today. No guest today. Our next guest will be next week. When Scott Braun from the MLB Network comes on. And then after Scott Braun, in 2 weeks, September 14th, we will have on the Seminetti source himself, Pete Seminetti from NYY News Source. I'm super excited for that. Seminetti is somebody that I've been following, I want to say, since 2019, I want to say. When he had his own channel, and then he hooked up with NYY Source, and they've been doing real good work together. If you guys are free in October, they're having an event that's going on in Bushwick. I may be pulling up there with Michael Caputo. It depends if I kill him before then or not. I'm not too sure. Guarantee you I won't beat him up that bad. But guys, I won't have an open panel today just because I have to do some runarounds before I have to be back for 4 o'clock. But what I will say is, let's do some predictions for tonight. Hold on. The Yankees, they do play tonight, though, right?
No, they don't.
They're off. Thank God. Thank God. Gives us time to take a deep breath and relax. The month is in September. They come back September 2nd against the Rays. So let's try to preview this series real quick. That's cool, Halal? Want to talk about this series coming up? We have 3 games against the Tampa Bay Rays coming up, right? The standings are as this. The Yankees have a 6-game lead in the division right now. We have 3 games coming up with the Rays. Then later on in the year, we have another 3 games coming up. And that's it. We only have 6 games left with the Tampa Bay Rays. Like, all the Yankees have to do is just split those 6 games with them and just keep on winning. That's literally all we have to do. My man Pete's in the building. Good morning. What's your thoughts for these next 6 games, Halal?
So I'm encouraged. I'm a little excited to see what we can get going. I love how we have Herman pitching tomorrow night. His curveball is filthy. And Herman, I love how you took him in the draft. He's going to be a steal, in my opinion. But I actually have to just put one more thing out there. The link for our interview was on my live stream channel. So if you type in your search bar Backstage Baseball, it will come up with my main channel where I post videos on my live stream channel. But I have like a restriction against me for live streams until I get to 1,000 subscribers. So
wait, but why is that? We could talk about that afterwards because we don't have 1,000 subscribers and we go live on ours.
Yeah, I'll explain after.
We'll figure. All right, cool. We'll figure it out. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. Go ahead.
So Herman pitches tomorrow night, Friday, September 2nd. So obviously Friday night's games are dope. It'll be Herman. It'll be on MLB Network, and the Rays haven't announced their starter yet, which means they'll have a guy who will go 2 innings, and the rest of their bullpen will not give up a hit to us because the Yankees are, yeah. Clark Schmidt will go on Saturday. It's a 6-10 game, and he's 5-3. I'm curious to see if they activate Nestor for that game or if they bring up Davey Garcia and they send Davey can piggyback him. What do you think about that?
It all depends what happened the first game, right? If the Yankees lose the first game of the series against the Rays, Nestor Cortez will be starting. If I had to put money on it, I would put that would be the scenario. Ultimately, if it was up to me, Halal, I'm not sure if you would like this. I wouldn't start Nestor Cortez. I would keep Nestor Cortez as far away from Tampa as possible because he's coming back from a groin.
Idea on what his sorry for cutting you off, but like it will keep him like. It's kind of like, so it's like a fresh arm if we play them in the postseason.
Both. One, so the Rays don't have a recent memory of his pitching arsenal, and 2, he's just coming back off of a groin injury. I do not want him pitching in St. Pete on that Astro turf. I do not want that whatsoever. Coming back from a groin injury, even if it was a phantom IL, whatever. coming back off a groin injury, I do not want him running on that artificial turf whatsoever. No, that's to me, that's just a recipe for disaster. If you ask me, that's just what I would do it. But I like that idea of Devi Garcia getting the call up. He's rebounded he started off the year injured, right? And he was looking bad in Double-A. His last, I want to say 5 starts or 6 starts in Double-A were very solid. ERA, I think, was just a little bit over 3, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead, hello.
He threw 7 perfect innings last night.
Boom, perfect. There you go. So, and
it
that was in AAA. Yeah, and that was in AAA with Scranton Wilkes-Barre. So, if he does come up, let's see what we could get from him. We just need some type of reinforcements. My guy Pete's like, how about James Paxton getting paid $10 million by Boston to not play again? He'll be back next year, though. He'll definitely be back next year. Go ahead, hello.
But you got to. The thing is, I haven't realized that if he pitched last night 7 innings, he's not going to pitch on Saturday for us. So
yeah,
that's kind of negative. But I'd take a look and see what our options are in AAA for who can piggyback Schmidt, just in case he's not throwing super well. But yeah, I'm excited to see this St. Pete series because this is going to be a really big factor in not only Yankee fans' vibes, but the team's vibes, their confidence. I need Boone to call a team meeting right when they get to St. Pete and be like, he's got to give them, like, he's got to talk some smack into them and, like, knock them into the game and tell them that this is a postseason series and this series really matters.
It's that, and I'm not sure if it's because they're going to be in Florida, right? So they could take a trip over to Steinbrenner Field, right? Go to Steinbrenner Field. The Yankees go make the phone call. Even if you got to put them on a private jet, get the core 5 to St. Pete to have a conversation with these guys. Get Derek Jeter, get Bernie Williams, get Andy Pettit, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera. Get all 5 of them. Put them on a private jet. Get them down to St. Petersburg and talk to this group of guys that we have in this dugout and in this locker. Because maybe if Aaron Boone can't get connect to them or get to them, probably the core 5 can. Probably Derek Jeter can. Probably Mariano. Probably somebody could probably get to them. Or if you have to, go get Phil Rizzuto's wife. Do whatever you have to do to get some sense, and somebody could reach these group of guys. Because what we're seeing right now is the team, they're going out there. Hello, let me know if I'm off base with this, but it seems like the team's going out there expecting to either lose or give up the lead. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's definitely tough to watch. I say even just put one of those guys on the phone and just talk to them and be like, you guys have the team, you have the talent, you know what to do. Now go and do it. You're in the major leagues. You have fans watching you. The Yankees have the biggest fan base in baseball. All the fans want to see you win. And you guys aren't doing that right now. Like Josh Donaldson, he doesn't look like he wants to play right now. He's getting paid $30 million. He doesn't look like he wants to be on the field. It's a guy like Oswaldo Cabrera. This is why I like the young rookies, because every day they want to go out there and they want to play. That's why it's so awesome to see all these guys, all of these rookies. But I don't want to see, if Josh Johnson doesn't want to play, he doesn't have to play. Put him in AAA.
Yeah. Honestly, I understand.
Be a big boost for the AAA team because, maybe he can hit, or maybe he'll give them a lot of strikeouts.
Something. But I don't know what it is. But like you said, Josh Donaldson, he doesn't have the attitude or the energy that he wants to be on the field. It seems like when he came up for that at bat, he was just swinging at everything. It looked like he was just trying to get out of that situation, that he didn't want it on him 100%. When you look at yesterday was the deadline, right? For the Yankees to add anybody to their 40-man roster, and if we expect them to be in the playoffs. They didn't add anybody, right? So right now, the 40-man roster, when it comes to the starting pitchers, Devi Garcia is in the minors. Yoendris Gomez is in the minors. Besides that, those are the only 2 starting pitchers that are on the 40-man roster from the minors. So we may see either Gomez or Devi Garcia in September get a start, or 2, they're already on the 40-man roster. So if we have to use them for the playoffs, it's a possibility that it could be a playoff roster spot for them. We just don't know. When you look at from the catching position, Ben Royback is on the 40-man roster besides Trevino and Higashioka. Ben Royback's numbers in the minors aren't good. He's hitting under 200. He has a few home runs, but they aren't the best. When you look at infielders, Peraza, sorry about that. Peraza is in the minors. That's the only infielder in the minors that may get a call up. When you look at outfielders, you got Miguel Andujar, Estevan Florial, and Everson Pereira. Those are the only outfielders in the minors that are on the 40-man roster. So there aren't many wiggle rooms or that, or like there aren't a lot of people that we could depend on. That's why I started off, my rant earlier, Hello, and I'll throw to you real quick after this. I started off by saying if Yankee fans are expecting a 23-year-old to come up and to just automatically save this season, you're in for a surprise. You're in for a rude awakening. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Are people are players allowed to be called up who aren't on the 40-man roster if there's an injury?
That I'm assuming yes, but that I'm not too sure. I think if they were on the 40-man roster before October, because this is like you have to be on the 40-man roster before September. So I'm just thinking that maybe before October. We got to look into that to try to see, but
Here, I'm
possibly,
looking it up
probably.
now.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I really like the idea of well, not Davey, maybe Yohan Gomez piggyback Schmidt in on Saturday's game.
Yeah. Yeah, because something Clayton Beater, he's looking phenomenal as well. That trade, was a hell of a trade. He has 108 strikeouts in 63 innings. He just needs to work on his control, but if he's averaging almost a strikeout and a half per inning, that's ridiculous. That's unreal right there. For I know it's a minor leaguer, but that's unreal. Let's touch on a few of these chats real quick. Um, Maria says Clark Smith needs to step up. I agree. Clark Smith definitely needs to step up. Michael Caputo, of course, he says if Dodgers, Mets, and Houston or any other fan base lost their division lead, their fan base would dwell on it. It's called being a fan. Caputo, the Mets haven't won since '86. Met fans are happy. They don't care if they lose the division lead. They don't care. They haven't won since anything. He said Aaron Boone is a nice guy. Aaron Boone is a nice guy, but I don't think this team needs a nice guy. They need somebody that's going to hold them accountable. Halal, what's your thoughts on that real quick?
Yeah, is if the team's not hitting, the team's not playing well, Boone's got to knock some sense into them, and if he's not doing that, then it's on the players. They got to know what they're doing. They're in the major leagues. They got to hit the ball, and Judge has got to. I say Aaron Judge, he's the captain of the team right now, even though he might leave next year. But Judge and Cole are the two captains of the team right now, and they ought to step up and say something in my eyes. Another thing I don't like Falefa for, but I happen to like him. But here's one of the main reasons. He's a shortstop. He's the captain of the infield, and you never see him doing captain stuff. So it's tough to see, but Judge and Cole got to step up.
What's your thoughts on this real quick? Because Pete says, are we going to be sorry we traded JP Sears and all those other guys for Frankie Montas? Right now, it's looking like we are sorry because he hasn't been good with us so far. Go ahead.
Look, Yankee fans can't have their cake and eat it. Everyone would have been all over Cashman if somebody found out that JP Sears held up our trade to get Frankie Montas. I guarantee you, every Yankee fan would have been upset and be like, "There's no way we're holding up a trade for JP Sears." But it turns out that's what happened, and I think that it's fine. Well, Frankie Montas will figure something out here, and he'll talk to Matt Blake, and hopefully he can lead the way and figure something out come October. But I tell you, if Yankee fans found out that JP Sears held up our trade, I'm not going to. JP Sears is a great pitcher. I'm excited to see what he can do with Oakland. I'm more concerned about Ken Waldichuk because he looked really good.
Ken Waldichuk looks like he's going to be a future star. That's the pitcher that I was upset more about giving up. But like you said, if Brian Cashman would have stood pat and not make a move for a starting pitcher for Frankie Montas, Yankee fans would have been calling for blood. Yankee fans definitely would have been calling for blood. I know Michael Caputo would have been calling for blood because Frankie Montas was the starting pitcher that Michael Caputo wanted on this team ever since last year. So even though with the struggles from Frankie Montas, Yankee fans were crying, were pleading for Brian Cashman to get this man. Brian Cashman went out there, he got Frankie Montas, and now they're complaining. You can't make it up. You can never make this up. You know, there's Brian Cashman could walk around touching every Yankee fan's cup, turning it into gold so they could sell it to make some money, and they would still be upset because he didn't put any diamonds on the cup. They would still be upset. Yeah, you turned it into gold, but where's my diamonds at?
Yeah. Yankee fans for you.
Yeah, that's Yankee fans for you. But Halal, about to dip out. It's 12 o'clock right now. Do you have any last words for the people before we leave?
No, am I hopping on tomorrow, or what's the deal with that?
We won't have one on tomorrow just because the Yankees aren't playing tonight. So taking a breath for it. Let me know, because I know you're about to start school back up. Let me know whenever you have a day off. Whenever you have a day off and you want to jump on in the morning, you're more than welcome to. You don't even have to ask. I just let me know when you're off, and I'll send you the link.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. So it's been an awesome week with my guy Halal co-hosting with me. You will be seeing him more on the panel. Just because school started doesn't mean he's going to be disappearing from the channel. He just got to make sure he do his homework before he comes hang out with us. That's all. Yeah. But awesome show like always, Halal. Let them know again the 2 channels where they could catch you at.
Yeah, Backstage Baseball right under there. If you want to follow me on Twitter as well, it's at Backstage Base BA. And just search up Backstage Baseball in the search bar above. And yeah, you'll find my channel. Make sure to subscribe. We got a lot of fun content coming at you. Hector, it's been an awesome week. Thanks so much for having me on. See the squad next time.
Of course, my guy. Appreciate you. And guys, please remember, 4 Train Express will be going live today at 4 o'clock. I will be with my guy, Mikey Mazza, as he interviews Jim Larritz. So catch me later on 4 Train Express. This has been an awesome episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. I appreciate everybody out there, even Michael Caputo, even though he's a headache. I love everybody. Guys, peace, blessings, and Yankee fans, calm down. The world's not over. Peace.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.